why don't you come along? We're just now leaving the station. Orbridge Travel organized this trip especially for college alumni. It began in Toronto, located in the province of Ontario, and ended in Vancouver of British Columbia. Our veteran Canadian tour guide spoke to us lovingly of beavers and bears. We traveled aboard a stainless steel 1950s style train called the Canadian. You can see how long she is in this clip. Our quarters were at the very end. My favorite scenery was in the forests of the east. So many rivers and lakes and ponds of azure blue or glinting silver, and then these trunks of birches were a sign of changing topography as we moved further and further west. They led eventually to prairie, and a very long stretch of it. Lots of grain silos told of the major wheat growing industry in this part. The land is flat and not very interesting, but a big, beautiful sky makes up for it, especially in the morning. After the prairie came the Canadian Rockies with lots of outcroppings and distant snow-covered mountains. We spied most of these delights from the observation dome. Although we were at the end of the train, viewing from the dome, we could see a lot straight ahead. And sometimes our train had to stop on a siding while a freight train passed by. Freights had first priority, you see, for the rails. Almost every day was sunny. It just once rained, and very briefly. The train staff were super. This happy Canadian adventurer regaled us with a story about how she learned to trap beavers and tan their hides. We were also entertained by a singer-songwriter and banjo accompaniment. From time to time, we deboarded to stretch our legs and visit faraway places with strange-sounding names. I am a lark, both at home and on vacation. And on this journey, I liked getting up early to greet the sunrise and practice Tai Chi in the lounge space beneath the observation dome. And soon afterwards, it was time for a hearty breakfast in the dining car. Scrumptious meals were prepared by the chef and his assistants in this tiny galley. What to do next? How about a fast game of mahjong? Or let's go back up to the dome and take in some more gorgeous scenery. Or maybe grab a good book, and fall into a reverie with the rhythm of the rail. And then emerge for some schmoozing in the lounge, or lively conversation in the dome. Westward, ever westward we speed. Urban scenery, eventually replacing that of forest and prairie and mountains. Until finally we reach Vancouver, our journey's end. As I look back on the too few delightful days of traveling by rail, I will remember such sights and sounds fondly, and yes, even getting jostled about.